He's not at his office. That doesn't surprise me. He seldom is.
You aren't at your office. I'll just point out Bill. Everybody worried about where somebody else is. Nobody in soap operas goes to work, y'all. Hello, Joel Sharpton from the Articulate Coven, and we are watching the OG supernatural soap opera, Dark Shadows. This is episode 43. Let's get into it. Maggie working on a resume there, maybe. No, she's writing a letter, I'm sure. Maggie Evans, we haven't seen her in a couple episodes. I'm excited about this one.
Oh, hi, Mr. Malloy.
Maggie?
Well, now we know where Mr. Malloy was hiding. He was at the hotel.
Hey, Maggie, have you noticed anything strange about your father lately?
About Pop? He's been a nut.
Come on, Maggie. You remember, like, last night when he stayed up in the middle of the night and he wrote you a letter about all his secrets and said, don't open it unless I die strangely?
I wouldn't want to hurt him, Maggie. I told you I like him. But this concerns someone else. I mean, Elizabeth started. I'd sacrifice anything if it would help him.
I believe you would.
Bill, you got it bad for old Elizabeth, huh? Man, so Matthew acts the same way. What? Again, I ask. I know I've asked this before. What is it about Elizabeth that is so compelling? It's not reading for me. Pretty good cold open, though.
Well, then it must be either Roger Collins or Burt Devlin.
Why do you say that? Did your father mention either one of them, or both?
Well, not exactly, but they've both been at the house, and nobody else has. I mean, it stands to reason that it has something to do with Burt coming back to Collinsport.
Then you...
Yeah, this is not a great detective work here, Bill. Like you seem so surprised that she knew it was one of those two. Sam's sort of a hermit, man. Doesn't have a lot of friends. He's the town drunk in a small town.
Did he ever tell you he was afraid of Roger Collins?
Not exactly. I mean, not in so many words. Why? Does he have any reason to be?
Well, I suppose Roger's the only one who can answer that question. So I think I'll just call him.
Listen, I am here for this, noir film that is Bill Malloy's current little trajectory. I'm all about it. Just one more thing. All right, let's see. We've got Maggie Evans and Victoria Winters and Bill Malloy so far in this episode. That's 3 of our 5. All right. Roger is probably going to be our 4th, and maybe we'll see Elizabeth.
He's not at his office. That doesn't surprise me. He seldom is.
You aren't at your office. I'll just point out Bill. Everybody worried about where somebody else is. Nobody in soap operas goes to work, y'all.
Important for her, and maybe even more important for her brother. If I can ever find him.
We tried the Blue Whale.
You think he might be there?
Well, more likely than here.
For what it's worth, I think he's been to the Blue Whale once so far in 40 episodes. He's been to your restaurant, Maggie, like 5 or 6 times at least.
What do you think he meant by that? You don't think he's got bad news for Mrs. Stoddard, do you? I don't know. I think Mr. Malloy has bad news for everybody. You know, like that little comic strip character that walks around with a dark cloud over his head? You've been up in Collinwood long enough to know what's going on up there, right? Me? You don't think they tell me anything, do you?
These two got the jokes in this episode.
I remember because it was just about the time he sold a bunch of paintings for a lot of money. Well, that certainly shouldn't have made him unhappy. I wouldn't think so either.
So about 10 years ago, he got a lot of money, did he, Maggie? Interesting. And you mentioned earlier, if Sam had known anything that would have helped Burke, he would have said it a long time ago. Interesting.
Who bought the paintings? It's funny. That's something he would never tell me. I just wish he'd never sold them.
Well, there's one of our other actors, Joe Haskell. All right.
Hey, but you haven't seen Carolyn Stoddard, have you? Blonde.
I love when the I love when the help at the various businesses just don't speak at all. They just nod and gesture.
I thought for once I'd try Sam Evans' personal remedy for his ills. It doesn't work, Joe. It doesn't work.
I know. I found that out last night.
You're kidding me. Are we saying, surely we're not saying that was all still last night? Good Lord, that was episodes ago. That was like 10 episodes ago, Joe.
Sometimes you have to become involved. And then it hurts, Joe. Because, you have to hurt others. Those you care for very much.
I mean, maybe Bill's plan is to actually throw Roger under the bus and send him to jail. I don't think Elizabeth's going to be happy about that if that is the plan.
Carolyn? With Burke Devlin? Doesn't make any sense.
None of it makes sense, Mr. Malloy. Now, if you don't mind, I think I will have that drink.
Bill's gloom has caught on, apparently. Actually, I am also depressed now. Thank you for reminding me.
Ooh, speaking of dinner, it's late. I better get going. Well, thanks for the soda. Thank you. And I'm going to take you up on that dinner. Good. Bye-bye, Maggie. Bye, Vicky.
You walked all the way to town and back now? You're going to have to walk just because of that? And Sam Evans is our other player for the day.
What kind of double talk is that?
Well, I merely spoke to her once.
You noticed, by the way, Vicky felt bad about taking the free soda. Sam has no compunction for taking the free donut.
The only trouble was I had to get loaded to get up enough nerve to do it.
Well, no matter. Did it get the results you wanted?
I don't know. In the middle of it all, I passed out.
It did not get the results that he wanted, for the record. And also, just for your own personal knowledge and edification, if you passed out before the resolution, then the resolution is not the one you wanted, I can almost guarantee you.
I was young once, too, and I felt the same as you. So I put off the offering. And while I was waiting, somebody else came along with a lot of smooth talk. And that was the end of Bill Malloy.
Well, I think now we know why Bill Malloy is so hung up on helping Elizabeth. Bill was in love with Elizabeth. I'm going to hang it out there. And then when her husband, Paul, came along, it was too late for old Bill. There's Sam coming in the doorway, by the way. We got Sam in the background there.
It's a private matter, Joe.
Yeah, I was just leaving. Thanks for the drink, Mr. Malloy.
All right.
He totally called him John, by the way. It's like, hello, Joe, who's actually Joel. Hello, John. He didn't call him by the actor's name or the character's name. That's terrible.
You wouldn't want me to repeat in here what you told me in your home, would you?
Well, not if you think you shouldn't. No.
Yeah, no.
Oh, come in, Joe. Have you found Carolyn?
No, but I found Mr. Malloy.
I love an episode where they get their 5 players and they're like, literally, how many different scenes can we make by dividing these guys up and rolling them around town back and forth?
I think it is, Sam. I think it's the most important thing there is. I think this torment started at about the same time Burke Devlin and Laura and Roger Collins were in a car that killed someone.
Oh, I don't think we knew that Laura was in the car. Laura, Burke, and Roger were all in the car together. I think so far, I at least was reading it that Sam was in the car with Burke and Roger for some reason. Wow. Okay, interesting.
Only this afternoon. I went up to Collinwood. It was on my mind to tell Mrs. Stoddard the whole story.
So?
I couldn't do it. I tried. I swear I tried. I just couldn't.
Perhaps I can.
Yeah, that's got to be the end of the episode. All right, good conclusion to that episode. I'm surprised. I'm surprised that that's how it worked out. I mean, I think we're closing in on this, and I'm super surprised that Roger's wife was involved in the actual car accident. Very good episode. Stay right here wherever you're watching this, and you can get episode 44 next. If you're watching these on YouTube, don't forget, you can get next week's episode 45, 46, 47, all available on articulatecoven.com/join. $2 or more a month. Get you access to everything early and ad-free. Thank you for watching.